everyone, and welcome back to the final part of Alan Wake 2. We have just escaped Saga's mind place and are about to enter the last chapter. Hold on. Return 9, come home.
The payphone was ringing. Somehow I knew the call was for me. Hello?
It's me again. You need to go to the statue of Parliament Tower Plaza. To make your ending come true, you will need what's inside the shoebox there.
The ending? A shoebox? Who is this?
Agent Anderson.
Hello?
Is that really you? Sorry, this place likes to play tricks.
Sheriff Breaker? What happened to you? How did you end up in the dark place?
I was brought here. Snatched away from the morgue by a man named Warland Dorr. Been trying to piece it together for... well, it feels like a long time now.
I need to get to Parliament Tower Plaza. Do you have any idea where it is?
This place, it's like trying to find your way around in a dream. I've been trying to map it, but it keeps looping, shifting. Like there were many versions stacked on top of each other. There is a page. Describes Dorr finding his way through this place. I tried to follow the steps, but no luck.
Who is this Dorr person?
He's here. Somewhere. I've been seeing his face in my dreams for years. This whole thing is insane. But he is much more than he seems. He's connected to all of this.
Can I see that page, Tim?
Of course. In fact, it's the page I tried to give you back in the morgue in Bright Falls. Huh. Now that I think about it, maybe Dorr brought me here to keep you from reading it. Here. I'm gonna keep looking for Dorr. The closer I get, the closer I feel to waking up. I need to find the man behind the curtain.
Warland Dorr walked across the rain-slicked tiles of Caldera Street Plaza. He stopped at the door to the construction yard. A poster for his talk show hung there. He stepped through, willing it to take him to Parliament Tower Plaza.
I know what I need to do. The door to Parliament Tower Plaza was at the construction yard.
Huh. kinda thought that was it, but...
I made it. I need to get up to the street and find that statue.
You let me drown! You pushed me!
Enough already. There's the shoebox. The clicker. And some kind of bullet. Shining with light. How did the clicker get here from Washington?
Okay. Ow. Come on.
Yes?
Hello. You don't know me, but you need to listen.
Hold on. How did you know the clicker would be there?
This is important. Alan's lost. He doesn't have the ending. He needs your help to finish the story.
How am I supposed to help him from here?
Okay.
I'm in the dark place. Wake is in Washington. I could talk to him in overlaps before. My mind place is more powerful than I ever knew. I can try to contact him. Alan, we need to talk about the ending.
Saga, what is this?
My mind place. I've reached out to you like this before. But I understand more about it now.
You see visions too. I used to think they were ideas, inspiration, but they're real. Just like this now. I try to use them to make the story come true.
So this is coming from both of us. Maybe that's how we could communicate in the overlaps. We could use this to stop Scratch.
First, I need the ending.
So there's a problem with the ending?
I the ending. It has to be perfect, but I don't have time to figure it out. I don't know what to do. Fuck. I'm so sorry. This whole thing is a fucking mess.
I agree. But we can still figure this out. And what exactly does perfect mean?
The elements of the ending need to come from the story's pre-existing parts. To make matters worse, this is a horror story.
So the ending has to be earned, set up by the story. You can't build a case without supporting evidence.
That's the only way to make it stick.
You don't need to tell me this is a horror story.
Right. The ending has to fit the genre if it's going to work. In a horror story, there are only victims and monsters.
There must be a way to bring a hero into the story.
If there is a hero, they will ultimately pay a heavy price.
We heard that earlier.
I can't let the horror story take Logan and Casey. They were dragged into this. They need to survive. Non-negotiable.
Not just them. We need to try to save everyone. I have an idea how to help Casey. He's a real person who I twisted into a character. He isn't my creation, so he isn't a suitable host for the Dark Presence. I can write that into the ending to drive that fucking thing out of him.
Well, if the ending has to fit the story, this is how I see it. Return is a story about a story that comes true. And I'm a character in the story.
Not just a character. The hero.
Okay, a hero. In any case, I've been through hell to be here. And this is my life. It feels earned to me that I rise above the story and be there to create the ending.
Yes. That's what we're doing. Here, now. We're figuring out the ending I need to write.
This is not your ending.
But this isn't your ending either. This is our ending. You aren't the only one deciding these things anymore.
You're right. I can't do this alone. Every time I write, things only get worse.
You beat this thing back in 2010, Alan. And here you are doing the same again. You're a hero too. We're in this together.
Then let's bring it home.
The ending will have to be dark, no matter what. The more people we save, the greater the cost. And the hero must pay the price.
One of the heroes. The scales always need to balance. Fuck it. Let's go with this.
Are you sure?
There's no time for anything better. Scratch could be here any second.
Then that's our ending. I have the clicker. I'll find a way to get it to you.
And I'll get the pages down. See you on the other side.
I need to retrace my steps back to Caldera Street Plaza. I arrived in the dark place through the fountain. Maybe I can leave that way too.
No, 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 no. Come on.
Caldera Plaza is back through the subway. I have to hurry. fountain at Caldera Plaza could be my exit. The subway will take me there.
Oh. Hold on a second. Okay, where do I find the train station? No. Not the right way. Yeah, down here. Down here. Sorry for the little confusion there. Just in case I need one.
I wish that you weren't my mom. I hate you.
Fuck. No. Fuck. Yeah, that is the same place we were. At this point, I guess you can tell that I'm very confused. The thing is, I suddenly had gotten an impression or idea or expectation that we weren't supposed to open a certain door, which we have passed a lot of times already. But it actually can be opened, which you're going to see pretty soon. It was that door, but clearly we haven't been close enough. So, yeah, sorry for that little break there, but we had to.
Alan?
Saga, I finished it. The ending we talked about.
I have the clicker and the bullet of light. Let's do this. I have to be the one to do it.
I feel like I've always been on this journey. Okay. It must end here. This darkness. What lies under the surface now shifts. A play of shadows catching my eye, thrusting my face into the
There we
water.
have
It's
Brad.
shockingly cold, past the mirror of the surface. And I will see.
Casey?
Stretch! Now! A white, searing light of truth that for a flash pierces the shadows and reveals the hidden horror. And in that moment of silence, the whispered message finally heard. What if there's nothing waiting to be revealed? The play of shadows fool us all, subterfuge to get our price of admission. Darkness not as a monster, but as emptiness. We're none the wiser. No answers, no truths. The hero turns to look inside, is destroyed by what he sees, and is redeemed. Saga said we're both heroes. I'll pay that price. So will she. We are here to kill the monster. I pray nothing comes after this. Nothing but sleep. This is how we win. Is it too easy? What if this is still the dark place? Another dream to wake up from, always coming back to the beginning. The memory of what came before burned away by this terrible realization. Maybe it's a mercy, forgetting. To know nothing when we loop around, back to the...
Is it it?
Is it over? Anderson.
Okay. So that was the ending. And it's time for me to give my verdict of the game. Which I do from the editing studio, by the way. So don't be too confused by my cam in the corner there, cause what I'm saying doesn't fit what is said there at all. Anyways, first of all, the game is a really great game. The guys at Remedy Entertainment has made a masterpiece, simply. Both through the music that has been incorporated in this game, but also the story and through the graphics, the atmosphere, and the general feeling you get from the game. Is it the most creepy game out there? No, I don't think so. But it has to be said that those sudden pictures with a blast of sound are a really effective way to make people jump in their chairs. And it certainly made me jump a couple of times during the gameplay, as you have probably seen. Second I want to talk about is that this game is the type of game that raises a lot of questions, and not all of those questions are answered by the end of the game, and the ending might also give you even more questions, which might be a little bit annoying for some people. But for me, it works perfectly well. I enjoy those types of games where I end up thinking about the game afterward and keeps pondering over details of the game long after I have finished it. The third thing I want to address is the music of the game. It's not that often that I end up listening to the whole soundtrack of a game and keep it on my playlist for many months, and I still have some of those songs from this game on my playlist today. And the favorites are probably those made by Poets of the Fall, which in this game is called Old Gods of Asgard. Those tracks have been played to shreds on my stereo since they came out with an album which includes all the tracks that are made by Poets of the Fall, all gods of Asgard, from Control and both of the Alan Wake's games. So if you haven't checked that out, go and check it out. Just search up Old Gods of Asgard and you will pretty easily find it. The last thing I want to talk about is those subjects that they have drawn into the game, and that is, for example, mental health. Those scenes at the end of the game, of course, I'm talking about the last time Alan Wake goes into the Parliament Tower and the battle Saga has to do with her own mind. And I really want to highlight that scene with Saga, because that is a struggle which unfortunately many people go through daily in the world today. Maybe not exactly those thoughts Saga comes up with in that scene, but I know from own experience and experiences through others and through what I read that there are many people in the world that are struggling with low self-esteem, problems with not believing in yourself or not believing in your own worth, or that you're not good at anything, or that you're not good enough for anyone. Simply being very hard on yourself and being from a little to very perfectionist. That are struggles people go through daily. Those struggles are rarely talked about, but even if they are unspoken, they might still be there. And I must say, in those scenes where they have shed light on that subject, mental health, Remedy has treated it with respect and made it feel very real, even if we're kinda in an unreal world, torn between different worlds, and so on. So to sum it all up, if you're up for a game which is pretty dark, but also has a lot of humor, and of course a great story and a great soundtrack, and which also might be categorized as pretty creepy, because even if I've said myself that it's not the creepiest game I've played, I've heard other things it's creepy. So if you're up for all of that, I really recommend you to try this game yourself, because it's a totally different experience to watch other play a game than to try it yourself. Anyways, with this, I think we're going to end for today if there are nothing more. Which there are, of course. Hello?
This part is just for you. After the haunting started, I got in touch with an organization that was still looking into what happened in Bright Falls. I went to their offices and something happened there. After I got home, I could suddenly remember everything. I remembered being trapped inside that lake. A dark ocean with echoes of myself. My fears, my photos. Inside a dark tide of madness. The same events and images looping again and again. And then I saw a light. Your light. You dove in just as I swam out. You never drowned. And you're still there reaching out. That is what the haunting is. I can see you because I've been there too. I chose to come back to the dark place. That is why I put on this exhibition. I had to mislead you, so that I could get you to where you needed to be. The only way out of your loop is destruction or ascension. Light or dark. And we've covered the destruction part many times over. And we're getting to the ascension bit by bit. Time means nothing here. You'll still need to go through the loop. But I will keep showing you the images you need to see. The light you need to see. Until you're ready. Alan, I think we're getting close.
And he is alive.
It's not a loop. It's a spiral.
And here I have a feeling we're going to get Alan Wake 3 at some point. At least that is what I hope for. With that, we end this let's play, and if you ask me what is going to happen next on my channel, I don't know simply. It will be a surprise when I return to Switch. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video or stream. Bye guys!